Hello folks, I'm Kevin Weathers and I'm the CEO of PayRaise. I want to talk to you a little bit about cash flow patterns today. I always like to tell people what GBI stands for. Spiritually, GBI stands for God's Business Incorporated. And I like to refer to that as above it all, folks, okay? Physically, it stands for ground-based interacting with people and also interfacing with the new technology of computers, okay? So it's interfacing globally using what I like to call the fiber optic fingers of God, or the global reach of the internet, okay? Alright folks, when it comes to money, there's only 3 cash flow patterns that exist in the world, okay? This is from the financial literacy teaching of Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, okay? I'm one of his students. I've been studying under him for quite some time now, folks, okay? So I'm very financially literate, and this is all about cash flow patterns, okay? We've got 3 cash flow patterns that I want to talk about. We've got the rich, the middle class, and the poor, okay? So pay attention to the sizes of each of these boxes, folks, because this is what makes the difference in how the money flows through in and throughout your lives, okay? This is real life experiences here, okay? Now when it comes to the rich folks, okay, these boxes, I want to say the top box is called the income statement. Okay, this top box. The bottom box is called the balance sheet. When you put these two together, you have what they call a financial statement. Everybody has a financial statement, and if you have a bank loan or a home loan, there's 2. You've got one, and the bank has one. So you remember that. A lot of people that have purchased their homes, you know, they under the belief that their house is an asset, and it really is, folks, but they just don't tell you whose asset it is, okay? I want to make it clear that assets puts money in your pocket, and liabilities takes money out of your pocket. If your house is taking money out of your pocket, it's going into the pocket of the banks or the mortgage company, so it's an asset for them and a liability for you. So this is the income column, okay? Alright, this is the cash flow pattern of the rich, okay? The income box, look how huge their income box is. Their expense box is small because they're businesses. That's their income source, pays for everything, like their grocery stores. They have an expense, but they invest with, that's their expense, okay? They invest. Sometimes they use other people's money, okay, to do that. But they buy grocery stores, clothing stores, gasoline stations, rental properties, restaurants, toy stores, check places, car lots, and banks, places in which they can earn lots of money. So they have a cycle, okay, where the money comes in and goes out and just keeps growing and growing, okay? So that's the cash flow pattern of the rich. We've got the income box, the expense box, the asset box, and liability box. Pay attention to the liability box because their businesses pays for everything, so they don't have personal debt like most people, okay? If they have debt, it's called good debt, which is business debt that puts money in their pocket, okay? So I want to make that clear. For the middle class, okay, we have an income box, okay? Now notice that the income source is different from the rich folks. Rich folks have their income come from businesses. Middle class and poor people have their income come from jobs. It's based on 100% of what you can do yourself. Over here they use teams of people, folks, okay? They use teams of people, managers, work crews, networks of distributors. Anywhere they use teams of people to earn their income, but over here it's based on 100% of what you can do by yourself. There's no leverage over in these areas here, okay? So I want you to understand that. So when it comes to our income, the income is much smaller than that of the rich folks because of how we earn it. But when it comes to the expense boxes, look at the difference in the expense boxes. The expense of the rich looks small, but the expense of of the middle class looks huge. And why is that? If your income source is smaller, how can your expense boxes be huger or bigger? Well, it's because we love our doodads, okay? That's what Mr. Robert Kiyosaki teaches, okay? We love our motorcycles and cars and food and clothing and being able to charge things we can't afford, okay? So we have expenses like food, clothing, gasoline, rent, mortgage payments, toys, banks, fast food, slow food, payday loan payments, car payments. That's exactly the things that they're feeding us, okay? So our money goes out the expense column, and where's it going? It's going right over here to the rich folks, okay? And when it comes to liabilities, look at our liabilities box and look at theirs. They have zero. We have like tons of stuff over here: home loans, bank loans, payday loans, car loans. And when it comes to assets, this is the most important box. We have nothing in there. Even a 401k plan doesn't put any money in your pocket on a monthly basis, folks, okay? And, you know, mutual funds and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't put any money in your pocket on a monthly basis. But these kind of products, grocery stores, clothing stores for the rich, gas stations, stuff like that, puts money in their pocket every month. Okay, so when it comes to the poor folks, okay, look how much more smaller the income box is compared to everybody else's, okay? And the reason for that is a lot of poor folks, you know, they get low wages or they work in part-time, and their income is small, and their expenses, you know, they got a problem called too much a month left at the end of the money, folks. And the reason for that is, you know, is because of the low wages, okay? And when it comes to liabilities, they can't even afford loans, so they don't have any. And when it comes to assets, they don't have any of those either. So these two cash flow patterns right here, okay, the poor and the middle class, it has a name. It's called financial cancer of the wallet, folks. And one thing I want to point out is if you were to quit your job today, assets will feed you whether you work or not. And liabilities will eat you alive, folks. So this is what we call the cash flow patterns of the rich, the middle class, and the poor, folks. And this right here is the cash flow pattern that you want to have. So what I'm bringing to you, folks, is an opportunity to put pay raise in your life. And to put the OPTIC 8 operating system or the OPTIC 4 operating system. These are money makers, folks. I have lots of programs like Girl Talk. It's a cell phone investment club, social cell phone investment club, where you can network people into your cell phone social club and make money. OPTIC 4 pays out every 4 people. You can earn between $250 to $1,300 every 4 people. I'm putting together a lot of great programs, folks, okay? It's called Pay Raise Money Factory. You can check it out online at www.payraisefast.com. And if you want to join my programs, just email me at payraisefast@yahoo.com, folks. So I'm working on a lot of programs, wealth building programs, so that we can change the game, folks, okay? So that we can be the people making the money through our assets, our business assets. It's what Mr. Robert Kiyosaki calls minding your own business, folks. I'm Kevin Weathers, CEO of Pay Raise. Join me on this path to wealth, okay? God bless.